So, let's do random then, because chat wants me to random since there's no completed post-it notes on this side. There's a few that are close, but none that are done. Hello Magpie. And I will primarily be talking about the Batmin, but let's see who we're playing at first, so I know how much concentration I need. Samson? Oh, okay, that's not so bad. What I still need for Azazel? The Beast, and what's the other symbol I'm missing? That's the knife is the corpse, because that's the knife route. So I'm missing the Beast. Boss Rush is done, Hush is done, Delirium done. Oh, Greed Mode. Greed Mode is what I'm missing. Oh wait, no, Greed Mode's done. What am I talking about? I don't know what the other symbol is I'm missing. I really should know that. I'm blanking. Hello Lily. Either way, we can aim for the Beast though. So that means we don't need to do alt floors or anything like that. You mean a post-it note? Okay, so if I kill the Beast then, because that's what we're going to aim for. Okay, crappy Brimstone and the Sneeze. I feel like the Sneeze triggers easier. Didn't you used to have the double tap? It's weird. But I guess it could have been changed in the patch. Let's see. Sure, why not? So I'll wait until a few more people are in before I start talking because I don't want to repeat myself. I'll start with non-spoiler stuff in case anyone worries. Oh, look at that. There's a new explanation thingy. And then I might get a little spoilery, not that I would say there's a lot to spoil really. It's more about enjoying the ride than expecting a ton of super relevant twists and turns. Do I have Mega Saiyan? Oh, I think it is Mega Saiyan, I think you're right. Because it's the Brimstone symbol. Alright, well, I can't do both those in one run, but we can aim for the Beast, and if it doesn't look good, we'll aim for, well, Mega Saiyan's actually harder to force, but, well, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I deliberately moved in a manner where that should not have hit me. Hello, Cuban. There's so many tinted rocks, and yet I have no bomb. Need to turn up the game a little bit as well. It's a little quiet. You're having faith this day? Well, it's an easier character. It's not the easiest version of this character, but it's not... I did that on purpose to speed up the boss fight because I'm going for speedrun strats. You wouldn't understand. It wasn't because I was looking at chat. Hey, I sneezed on that. Consolation prize is... okay, charge rate, that's fine. We can ignore alt floors. We didn't get... oh, we got one bomb. Okay. Let's just do the closest tinted rock then. Nice! Slows us down a little bit, but that's okay, because speed is not relevant when going to the Beast. Damage and health is the two most important stats. Hello, Truve. Oh yeah, so for context for YouTube, I did miss a stream yesterday for people watching live. I took Thursday off because I was given the opportunity to see the Batman for free by WB Europe or UK, I forget which. I don't know why. No, this is not a good item for this guy, but whatever. I don't know why I was given the opportunity, but I was, and I think by FTC guidelines I have to make that known. And I was umming and ahhing on Wednesday about whether or not I wanted to skip a stream just to watch it or just wait until like during the day. And I wasn't going to watch it, but I really want to see it. And I haven't taken a day off other than the one day off I take a week in roughly 6 years, maybe more than that. It would be more than that actually if you don't include sick days, because I've definitely took at least 3 days off for sick days in like 2018 maybe. I was very ill one Christmas. And no holiday time because I'm not a holiday person. I'm playing as Tainted Azazel, but it was decided by random chance. I would like that other... I'll come back if we get a penny. Weird, but okay. I mean, I'm very grateful, obviously. But I am curious why. Like, maybe just... Well, it doesn't. I don't think the WB representative knew me prior, because I mean, I followed them on Twitter after they contacted me to make sure it was legit. And they followed me then, but they weren't following me prior to that. Maybe they're just a stream viewer and know I never shut up about Batman. That could be possible. Hello, Maledictum. And anyone else I missed. My sneeze seems very ineffective. Have you always had that spider web? Oh, you're spitting out spiders. I guess that's from brand. Wait, does he actually say achoo now? He did a different sound effect when I did it the last time. It was longer and it sounded like he said achoo. I'm gonna go buy the spirit heart. So, I think I covered, yes. Extra day off. First time I've done so in 6 years. Honestly, in this line of work, you're not encouraged to ever do that. Which is not healthy, for the record. But, just the way that it works is that if you disappear even for, well, I didn't stream for a day and Valinar and EVP turned to alcohol. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So, what if I just have a little drinky poo? And then another little drinky poo. Those 3 sick days I took off once when I was just too sick to stream, I always remember, because the reason I remember, other than just being very ill, is because I didn't stream for 3 days and I lost a quarter of my subscribers for doing so, which at the time was more significantly higher than now, because I had more viewers back then. So it was just 3 days, not because of laziness, but because I was very, very ill. And I lost a quarter of my earnings for that month. And that kind of thing is just the way it works. And which is why a lot of streamers burn out. Because they never stop. And they do, like, your average streamer on Twitch streams a hell of a lot more than I do. So I can only imagine, I mean, if they're young, I guess they can have the stamina for it, but the older crew, I don't know how they manage it. They're doing 12-hour streams daily. Well, I'm very clearly out of touch with Twitch. I keep on getting the impression that, like, what Twitch does is not for me. Like, right now, they've been tweeting a hell of a lot about something about a fridge, and I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Or what it's for, or if it's like for charity, or like to make artists known or something. I genuinely have no clue what the hell it's about, but I see them tweeting about it a lot, so it seems like it's some sort of big thing they're doing. And I just haven't heard anything. Yeah, I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was, and now what I'm with isn't it, and what is it is new and scary to me. We're doomed to fall into the same patterns as our parents. Oh, look. But anyway, no need to start going on about Twitch again. We can blather about the Batman. I know I'm breaking with tradition by talking about Batman during Isaac, but we'll do it anyway. We do all eventually become Grandpa System. Grandpa System? Grandpa Simpson. You dare give me soy milk on a character where it might actually be bad. Let me just think for a second. It wouldn't break the beam. The beam would be shit. I can't take it as Azazel. If it was literally any other character, it'd be awesome. But I think soy milk still breaks Azazel. In a bad way, I mean. If I'm wrong, you can tell me. But I'm pretty sure it still breaks him. Like, he would still have the one beam, it charged super fast, but it'd do no damage. Hello, kitty. I don't know why am I pausing? It's not like I'm doing anything that's timed, but whatever. Force a habit. Well, while Crispy is checking, some non-spoiler, just overall thoughts on the Batman. Beam can be fired continuously after charging. Oh, hang on. No, that's Brimstone Azazel. I didn't pick up Brimstone. I picked it, or it's if I have soy milk, right? Or are you checking the soy milk page? That sounds pretty cool, actually. I kind of want to see that now. It is going to lower my damage, though. Ah, whatever. We'll try it. Oh! Yeah, that is different. Really wish it didn't change to that colour, but that's okay. I really should just stop taking pills. I mean, the damage is certainly bad. I'm a quarter of the damage I was before. But there is no denying that I do be spewing cum everywhere. I mean, milk. It is indeed a continuous beam. It didn't used to do that. That is new. Anyway, enough the jokes for now. I can't promise forever, but for now. Really enjoyed the Batman. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It did not feel 3 hours long. I only checked how long it was, or how far through it I was at one point. And that was because I thought I worked out a little twist that was coming, and I wanted to know how far into the movie I was. I would say it's a lot more detective focused than like the Nolan trilogy and like the old Batmans, where it was more about punching people or more about the villains, which I like. Like just the other day when I was reading the Batman's Grave comic, I was saying there's not nearly enough done with Batman just being a detective. Had I worked out a twist? I don't know. I would have to talk about spoilers for that, so we'll talk about that later. The cast was great. It was filmed well. I didn't like the... anything I'm going to complain about is going to be very minor instantly, but I didn't like some of the filming during the car chase that's in the trailer. I could not work out what the hell was going on. It was too dark. But that's fine. Car chases are not my thing. Is Pattinson the end of Batman because he was in those bad movies a while ago? No, only teenage girls watch the vampire movies. I've never seen one. And I doubt they care whether or not he's Batman. Speaking of which, he is a very good Batman. But I would say he is just okay as Bruce Wayne. He doesn't make enough of an effort to sound different. And most of the time he doesn't make any effort to sound different at all. And that might be because the character doesn't care about Bruce Wayne at this point, because he's at the point where he only wants to do the crime fighting stuff and not lead a double life. But there needs to be more of a distinction, and he only doesn't sound like Batman as Bruce Wayne like twice in the movie. So that'd be my only complaint about that. And he looks way too much like Dick Grayson, but that's I don't know whose decision that was. Because he would make a fantastic Nightwing with how he looks in the film. As in if he didn't have a cowl on, because of the hairdo they gave him. It's like spot on, 1-for-1 Dick Grayson's hair. The internet weirdos complain about him. The internet complains about everything. You have to wait and see. Speaking of which, the other thing I wanted to address, and I'll do so without spoilers again, just in case. The man known as Awesome from my chat was talking with us on Wednesday, and he said he wasn't going to give the film a chance because he didn't like the way the Riddler was portrayed. Specifically the gimp mask thing he's got going on. The mask is there for a reason, and it doesn't affect his performance, and I would say his performance is very spot on with how the Riddler should be. And I was not dissatisfied with that performance at all. And I would definitely, well, I know he's not here right now, but if you listen to this after the fact, I would definitely encourage you to give the film a chance. Him having a mask on for like half the time you see him, maybe, is not a film ruiner. Honestly, what was more distracting to me is, was the guy who played Falcone the comic relief special agent from the Transformers movies? Or did it just look remarkably like him? I need a room with enemies to use this card. It was him? Okay, I was really sure it was him, but they made him look a lot older than he is, so I wasn't 100% sure. He does a good dramatic role. I'm used to him being the guy doing dumb stuff with the Transformers. Yeah, the Riddler portrayed in the Arkham video games is still probably the most accurate. But for the kind of atmosphere the film was going for, it works. He's a little bit more unhinged, but his mannerisms are spot on. I'm trying to think of anything else I can say that's not spoilery. There was quite a few references, I got quite a few. I probably missed some. I watched it yesterday, and then while painting and doing some other stuff today, I had it on again in the background. I didn't pay as much attention to it, to be fair, because I was doing stuff. But I did watch it again, so I wanted to see it again. I would say if you want a more action-packed film, you might be disappointed. Like if you want to see Batman kicking a bunch of ass. Because he really doesn't kick that much ass in the film. Just a little bit. And most of it at the end. Just the tiniest bit of ass kicking. It's more so about him being a detective and deciding what kind of person he wants to be. Oh yeah, I'm embarrassed to admit, like, I thought I recognised the guy playing playing Falcone. And then I was watching the film and I was like, why do I know the guy who plays Alfred? Who is that? And I didn't realise it was Andy Serkis. Because to be fair, the last two or three times I saw him, he was doing a South African accent in Marvel movies. But I didn't realise it was him. Yeah, I have unlimited cum beam because I have soy milk. But that's okay, we don't need to focus on that, I'm talking about the Batman. I haven't seen Colin Farrell without makeup on in a while, and on the assumption that he has not gotten chonky, then yeah, the makeup did a good job. Because he's a little poultry, is the, pardon the almost pun, is the Penguin. Hello, Idris. You're gonna watch it Sunday? Well, I was planning on getting into spoilery conversations. So you may not want to listen. There's not really that much to spoil, to be fair. Oh yeah, the person who played Gordon and the lady who played Catwoman were excellent. I very much enjoyed the rapport between Gordon and Batman. I do regret picking up soy milk. It's still not good as this character. Fun to see, but not good. Batman does Batman things, yes, that's true. Oh, the blanket makes it look like I've got a little cape. That's adorable. Very well, we can get into a little spoilery stuff. I guess I'll start with the thing that's not a spoiler, but what I thought would be the twist that it absolutely was not. So again, I'm not spoiling anything, I'm saying what I thought something was going to be. And that's why I checked the time when I was watching it, and it was roughly 2 hours in. There's a reference to Hush in the film, in general, except it's a reporter, not a doctor. So when that scene happened, I was like, oh, are they going to make the Riddler in this be Hush? Which I actually think would have been a better twist, personally. And kind of ironic, because in the animated version they did a couple of years ago of the comic called Hush, they, for whatever reason, changed Hush from Thomas Elliot to being the Riddler. So it would have been quite funny to then do the exact opposite for this film. But as it turns out, it was just a reference for the sake of having a reference. A little bit on the nose when it literally has Hush flash up on the screen, but you know. It was still interesting, but I thought I'd worked out the big twist, but there isn't a twist. The Riddler is the Riddler. Although I guess, well, technically, because you don't know his real name, because he has multiple identities, he could be like... Oh no, I guess the years wouldn't add up. I was going to say, well, because he was in an orphanage when he was young, so it wouldn't have made sense depending on when the reporter was killed. Can't do any damage. Were my expectations subverted? No. We are in spoiler territory, yes, although the thing I just mentioned now was something that I thought was a twist that wasn't. But like I say, there's really nothing to spoil other than like listing the references I got. They changed stuff from the comics a little bit. They made Selina be Falcone's daughter. That's not traditionally how it is. Although it is traditional that he hates her and she is responsible for his scar. But that really doesn't have any impact on the story, really. Yeah, it's in some comics, it's not in the main canon. I couldn't name you one offhand where she is his daughter, though. Glass cannon. We're probably gonna have to do a restart on this one, I feel. I think soy milk has kinda ruined it, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I did notice it's not a plot. Well, it is kind of a plot hole. I only noticed it on second viewing, so it's not something that massively jumps out at you. But there's a scene where Batman is in the police station, which is also in the trailers. And in order to get out of the situation, Gordon tells him how to escape and then says, like, punch me so it looks like you're escaping. And he does, and he gets away. And then the next time he talks to Gordon, Gordon tells him he's put out like an all points bulletin, or you know, the chief of police or whoever has put out an all points bulletin on Batman. But then there's multiple scenes after that where Batman and Gordon are just chilling out with like other cops there, and they still don't really like him, but they're not trying to arrest him or anything. And I feel like the film just kind of hoped that you would forget that. I guess the commanding officer who wanted him arrested wasn't there, but Gordon is just like a sergeant in it. Also, I don't know why the commissioner who gets done in was not Loeb, because traditionally it's Commissioner Loeb that precedes Commissioner Gordon. So I didn't even catch his name, but it wasn't Loeb. Oh yeah, and the DA that gets murdered is called Denton instead of Dent. It could be that, yeah. Hello, Grumpy. Yeah, all those keeper runs I wanted to have soy milk could be awesome. I wonder what happened there. I got sucked in. Well, let's just give it a go. Let's not and say we did. I do have one free hit thanks to having Blanket, which is about to get absorbed, I think. Oh wait, I can shoot diagonally. Oh, that's going to give me a little bit of health, which, I mean, well, okay, 1 health. And a better tier rate. Let's see, what else I noticed? Well, the end of the movie is a reference / tie-in to No Man's Land. Well, or any other natural disaster type thing that's happened in Gotham. Like the earthquake. The Gotham TV show handled No Man's Land as well, which is where like Gotham falls under martial law because of a disaster. What are the references? I thought Catwoman's friend who died was a reference to one of the Russian mobsters who hangs out with Black Mask, but the name wasn't quite the same because I double checked. Similar, but not the same. Yes, who knew Gotham was so easily floodable and also below sea level? I forgot I was slower. Oh no, Super Azazel Baby's gonna die. I did like the themes of the movie is about Bruce deciding that vengeance isn't enough. He needs to become a symbol and like a hero rather than just being very, very pissed off. And learning about his family and doubting his father and then working out that that isn't what happened. I guess I could go into specifics about that, but no, you can watch the movie for yourself to see that stuff. I like the way that he talked down Catwoman from killing Falcone. Yeah, he just writes in a notepad, what if more scary? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I also like that the, well, not the end of the movie, but the end of the climax of the movie, before like the post-climax stuff, is all 100% silent except music. You just have to tell what's going on by like what you're seeing, not what you're listening to. And I think it made it more impactful. What if more bounce? I'm sure this will save us. It might give me a free hit, so technically it has saved us. Oh no, it's the hardest version. What? I moved! This is an outrage. No, I didn't. I'm about to die. Give me a second. There was a tinted rock there I could have broken as well. Thank you, Cyber Canadian, for 43 months with Twitch Prime. Okay, let's not take Soymilk as this character this time. There's no bat nipples, and there's a little bit of bat butt, I think. Kinda. Oh yeah, Bruce Wayne also having a maid, I think was a reference to Aunt... blanking on her name. Aunt What's-Her-Face from the 60s Batman? Who was put in there basically so that Batman and Robin had a case of the not gays. There's also no back credit card. Oh yeah, I like Robert Pattinson's Batsuit a lot. I think it's a very clever design. It still looks like he's got a full cowl, but it's actually just a collar around a normal neck so he can still turn his head, etc. I don't know what the hell those things are around his wrist. I think they're there just to look interesting. Just gonna hold R because that's a useless item. Are they like a reference to Year 1 blow darts, or are they reloads for his hand grapple gun thingies? Like, I didn't know what they were. I mean, it can't be good. Taser? I mean, they do look a little bit like Black Widow's taser hands now that you mention it, but they look more like needles. They're stylish. Well, he has like grappling hooks in his gauntlets, but they don't look like that. Which is why I thought they were like ammunition for them or something. Because they're very... they stand out a lot as one of the more unique things about his suit. Is whatever those things are. And I don't know. what they are. I'm curious if it was ever asked, and if there's an answer out there, like an official answer from the writer or the art director, costume designer, whoever. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I don't know if it was on purpose or not. Like when the Batmobile shows up, I think he's sort of revving it to threaten Penguin, but then it comes forwards ever so slightly, then stops to give him time to run to his car, presumably. But the way it's edited, it looked like the car stalled, and I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be on purpose or not, and if it was supposed to be funny, because it looked like the car stalled, but nothing is said of it. Ooh, that's a funky symbol. What's that? Oh, it makes your babies explode. That's disgusting. Forgot Azazel can have red health. I'm not used to playing as a character who can have HP upgrades. No, more pictures of Spider-Man won't happen until 2024 or whatever the hell that next Spider-Man game's out, that they still felt the need to release a trailer for last year. So yeah, it's not going to be done for like 2 years or whatever, but here's a trailer that sort of shows what it's going to be like, maybe. I mean, it's not in-game, but just use your imagination. The R reloads for the grapple. It would be nice if they included a scene where that happened. Oh yeah, I'm glad the guy who played the Joker is still in the movie, even though they cut the longest scene out with him. And put it as kind of like the end of credits stinger. Because at the end of the movie there's a URL and people went to solve riddles, and then it takes you to an unlisted video of the 5-minute cutscene where Batman and Joker have a conversation. It's a really good conversation, but he's still in the movie, so that's fine. They really should have kept the scene in, even if it is like one, we're kind of repeating stuff, and two, like the movie does a good job of treating the viewer like they're intelligent and not spelling things out. So I guess that might be why they don't like that Joker scene, because Joker really spells out the dilemma that Bruce is having. That he's not sure the Riddler is doing wrong because the people he's taking out are deserving of what he's doing. Which, I know this is utterly irrelevant, but that makes it very interesting if Night Models decide to do a Riddler from that movie. Because yeah, he's a bad guy who murders people, but he's murdering criminals. So whose side do you put him on? He's exposing corruption and all that. He's just not doing it the sanest possible way. Oh yeah, when he gets up on the gargoyle on the roof and he's like startled for a second before he decides to jump off. I didn't really like that he was startled for a second, honestly, because like he literally just grappled up the 100 staircases worth of stairs. And now he's scared about using a wingsuit to jump off a building. No. Well, yeah, okay, he isn't doing it for the good reasons, but he is still doing it. He's doing it because he's a butt-hurt orphan. Oh yeah, that's sorry, to go back to, this is again spoilers, but when Batman thinks he's worked out the Riddler knows who he is, and then goes to Arkham to see him, and then just is silent the whole scene while Riddler just talks and talks and talks. I love that at the moment he realizes that Riddler doesn't know he's Bruce Wayne, the sound just completely drops out. Everything goes silent and he just kind of looks at him for a second like, oh no, I've made a mistake. You're the one who's not as smart as I thought you were. Which means I've made a mistake somewhere as well. Because I thought your end game was exposing Batman. But that isn't it at all. They both overestimate and underestimate each other. Ooh, much better. That's a fair trade. Yeah, there is a good use of sound. Oh, you were here earlier. You heard me say I like the stuff at the tail end of the climax is all just utterly silent besides the music. Stuff is happening, but you know from what you're watching what's happening. It doesn't need to be spelled out with like dialogue or anything. Damage question mark. Damage question mark. I don't know why this has reminded me, I guess because it involves puzzles, but shout out to the random person who posted backseeing on a 1 hour look at Baba Is You from 3 years ago. It's definitely very helpful, thank you so much. I will treasure the knowledge you've given me by spoiling how to do puzzles I didn't do back then, and never will. You are a credit to society. I'd say it's rewatchable. I mean, I watched it twice in 2 days. But I am also a gigantic Batman nerd, so it's kind of made for me. I'm not sure how normal people would find it. I think if they go in expecting it to just be Batman punching people and driving around, they will be disappointed, because it's much more of a slow-paced thinker. But it didn't feel its length at all. Little break. It felt like the scenes that are long and have like pauses and whatnot they're that way because that's the way the director wanted it to be, not because they were like, oh, we have to get it to 3 hours. Ugh. That'll do nicely. I look like a nerd. I look like the Riddler. That's also damage. Oh, it ruined my cool glasses, and by cool I mean nerdy. Felt like it had 3 endings. I guess, kind of. I didn't really need that scene with Batman and Catwoman saying goodbye to each other in the graveyard. Also, I know a lot of that movie was filmed in Glasgow, or some of it. The only time in the movie I thought like that looks like Scotland to me was when they were in that graveyard. I was like, that is a Scottish graveyard. You've missed a lot of Batman talk. Yeah, I was kind of wrapping up on it because I want people to watch it and support it because I want more. I'll be buying it on Blu-ray once it's available on Blu-ray, even though I've seen it for free. And that purely is for support, because for say like Simpsons or something, I'll watch the audio commentary because it's interesting. For like Avengers movies and Batman movies, I don't want to watch commentary stuff because hearing the actors talk about the roles would take me out of it if I ever watch it again. It's just a weird thing. I guess because in the case of Simpsons and stuff, it's more about the creation process. Like, I don't need to hear Robert Pattinson talk about what Batman means to him, because I couldn't care less if it was his favourite comic book or his least favourite. As long as he does a good job in the role, which he did. You can check the VOD and this will be on YouTube. There's already an Isaac episode up today, I think, so it'll be in 2 days from now, I think, if I space them out. I need to find time for, like, there is stuff still going up on YouTube where when we get the chance we're playing Pro Keeper, that goes up. Weird West will as well. Second VOD of that got a ridiculous number of views compared to normal for no reason at all. This is one of those things again. Okay, fine, you can call him Battison, but I'm not calling him Battison. Let's take you. Nah. Wait. Oh no, we're fine. We're fine. Okay. I thought I just accidentally skipped. No, we need this floor because we're going to the Beast. Okay. It's fine. We're back on. Yeah, Weird West is fun. That's another thing that playing just makes time fly. I'm glad I did. Nope. Oh yeah, I saw my mother today and she was like, have you heard about Ezra Miller? And like, he's an insane asshole. But what are you talking about? I don't follow these things. And I looked into it after she mentioned it, and yeah, he's apparently just an insane asshole. He's been arrested twice in 2 weeks. Okay, he's got some stuff he's working through, it seems. Fair enough. Not going to be seeing him as the Flash again then, after the Flash movie. Yeah. We'll take that. Yeah, I did read that, yeah. He cut some woman's forehead open by throwing a table at them or something. Clearly, some issues. Do you mean the Flash as in, like, particularly his portrayal, or just the Flash in general? I didn't mind him as the Flash. The only thing I've seen him in, I kept on thinking he was in Eternals because he looks a lot like the guy who played Druig, who also is the guy who plays Joker in Batman. Really wish I could fly in here. Okay, leave the room after grabbing one of the notes. I was curious if I could sneeze on something that would make any difference, but it doesn't. Never really acknowledge. Oh no, it does. Okay. I never really acknowledged picking up Sci-Fly, but obviously that's the best thing we've got going right now. probably the best defensive item in the game. Maybe the relic is... not the relic, maybe the wafer is better, depending on your opinion. Oh, I made it to boss rush as well, nice. Let's yoink. No, not that. Wait, if I have brimstone, if I have Azazel brimstone and I take Fetus in a jar, do the bombs explode as brimstone bombs? I don't think they do, because brimstone bombs is its own separate thing. Checking. Okay, thank you. What was the other option? Tech? This is Dr. Fetus, yeah. Fetus in a... wait. Yeah, this is Dr. Fetus. Fetus in the jar is the airstrike one. Oh, okay, no, that's terrible. We'll be taking this, which is okay. Oh, it adds a cool little, like, inner circle to the death beam. That's new. Makes it look like a red vine. This stream is not sponsored by Red Vine. I don't really like the taste of them. I think they taste of artificial. Oh, Sci-Fly's destroying the rocks. They can't fire anything. Get wrecked. Red vines are licorice, yeah. Inferior to Twizzlers in my opinion, although Twizzlers are also not that great. Now what I do like Jelly Belly jelly beans. That was my snacking food for when I watched the Batman yesterday. I was like, I could have popcorn, or I could have a selection of Jelly Belly jelly beans, one of which is the taste of popcorn. Let's see what that is. Well, I got my bomb back. Oh, those actually do damage, huh? I thought they just kind of flew at you. Sour Patch Kid and it burned the top of your mouth. Congratulations on being old. I do quite like Sour Patch Kids as well. We don't get them here normally, like you can only get them in import aisles, mostly. Want to see my impersonation of Reddit?
A card against humanity.
There we go, that's it. Just a room filled with shit. That was very satisfying. It's like popping popcorn or bubble wrap. But we can come back if I find the shop and actually buy stuff. No, it wasn't Reddit, it was YouTube videos. I posted your picture to Reddit with your permission. Then it was stolen from Reddit by desperate YouTubers and they used it without permission. I have never heard of poppets. Wait, yes I have, never mind, I know what poppets are. How does it feel to be old? Those are like 30-something-year-old classic cinema chocolates. Assuming you're talking about the things I think you're thinking of. I think the standard kind is just like chocolate coated toffee, and then you can also get the mint ones, which are the best ones. I will accept no further comment. Pee out. Come on. Pee out. Quit it. Pee out, you little shit. Oh, that was the... Okay, I see. So in that case you accidentally guessed the name of a really old candy then. They are just called poppets. Although it's, I think it's spelled P-O-P-P-E-T-S. Jesus Christ. I'm going to murder you. I will kill you. Thank you. All it takes is a little bit of an idle threat. Just in case the shop is useful or we get money equals power, this is worth it. Maybe. Nice. I can't murder his friend. Bombs just make him pay out. Death! Oh, they're still alive because of zombies. And this is where EVP says, at my age you see death everywhere. Or was I quick enough that you've stopped me typing? Allow me to demonstrate. No, he's mad. Oh, won't be going back that way. This will be the last run, incidentally, so if I lose, I'll lose. Oh. Oh yeah, I should mention that Night Models has launched their brand new Batman miniature game specific website. They might end up using it. I took a look at a couple of the articles they had pre-prepared.
It's gone. Just get over
I didn't read them full, I just skimmed through them. They seem like they've been written primarily in English, which makes me think they didn't do them. Which also makes me think that maybe they outsourced them to their fan Discord. And they did have a bunch of my videos on there along with other people's. Which might help if the game ever gets big, which I don't think it will ever get massive, but I think just being linked to external sources helps with SEO in general, although don't quote me on that. Hello, the house. Oh, yeah, we see one way or the other, this run's almost over, so we should start talking about what I'm switching to after this. We could do some co-op Elden Ring, Core Keeper. I could start Arkham City. Tomorrow will definitely be Deep Rock plus something. Being linked to a video from external sources helps with SEO, I believe. Because the back-end app manager analytic things does track where views can come from, like Discord and whatnot. I think it values website embeds quite highly, at least it used to. I don't know if that's still true or not.
I'm leaving. Good. Leave. We'll be fine without you.
Oh.
Abandon us like you've abandoned yourself.
Yeah, if PvP wants to, we can do Dark Souls tomorrow. Oh, you're not in the mood for Elden Ring. I'm surprised considering we skipped today. No, I can honestly say I've never considered that in 3,000 years my miniature collection will get dug up and people will think that I was their god. No, I can safely say I've never thought that. But from this point on I might consider what it might be like now and then. No, there's not been any trivia today. I do have the trivia cards here. They're not in the box, but I do have them. If we are switching to Arkham City next, there's much more opportunity. Fine, we can run a minute longer while I look at these damn cards. Well, do you want the Apprentice level question or the Dark Knight level question? Although I would argue that the Apprentice question in this case is harder. Challenge us? Well, you have to tell me what you want. Oh, and then Blake wants a card after, fair enough. Dark Knight, what was Bruce Wayne's late mother's name? It is indeed Martha. Why did you say that name?
You need to repent. You need to confess your sins and become saved. Let his light inside
Yeah, we all know
you
Martha
cleanse
Wayne.
your soul.
But the Apprentice level question, it doesn't come up much in the comics, so I don't think it's an obvious question at all. What does Batman give Commissioner Gordon for Christmas every year?
Come, pray with us, Isaac.
I haven't been listening to Isaac's mother and father arguing to make fun of him. Not scotch, not a cigar, not conditioner, Gordon. Not a kiss. And have you been writing fanfics again? The correct answer was a tin of his favourite pipe tobacco. Blake, would you like the Apprentice level question or the Dark Knight level question? I guess he does technically provide criminals to Gordon daily. Harder. Okay, the Dark Knight level question it is then. Who was Bruce Wayne's best friend as a child? I would have known the answer to this for the record. It was indeed Thomas Elliot, although the answer on the card is Tommy Elliot because that's what Bruce called him. So you only get it fully correct if you said Tommy. If you said Thomas, you lose half a finger. Also, just to be extra cruel, it's the half closest to the rest of your hand. Oh, the Apprentice level question, what is the Scarecrow's real name? I want it in full. Alfred isn't his friend, it's his surrogate father. I say it's not his. The pronouns are all messed up.
Wait! We need you! Your son needs you!
I'm doing more harm. I just can't do this anymore.
No, that's not his name.
Please don't leave
It is
us.
Dr. Jonathan Crane. I bet he could have solved Isaac's parents' problems. Probably by killing them, but still. Anyone lose a fly because I found it? You didn't go to college to be called Mister? Well, that's that card done. I would say you have time for one more if you want to waste 5,000 of pointless channel points. Point. God, it's been so long since I've been this route. It's not going to do anything for me either. What do you call a man who cries while masturbating? A tearjerker. Oh, wait, Spoonchuck. Apprentice or... Oh, you want Darnay. What lovable green reptile is the basis of a media empire and a recurring presence in Batman's world? What the hell? I would not have known that. What exactly? Oh, that's not gonna work. You have to do it on the TV. I didn't realise I was so close to death. What the hell? Wait, why was I so close to death? Didn't I have a bunch of spare hearts? What happened to my health? Was I taking double damage there? I didn't think I only had 3 hits in me. I thought I had like 6. Why did Hanged Man give me only 3 health? I had 9? Wait, does using the Hangman card steal your spirit hearts now? It used to just make you fly. Which I used just for fun. When I touched the TV, it stole all my spirit hearts. I don't think I've ever accidentally walked into the TV. Maybe it just does insane contact damage. I don't know. Oh wait, it was reversed Hangman? What does reversed Hangman do? Oh, sorry, yeah, the answer. Let's give closure. I was almost about to stop the recording there. Let's get closure. It's Crocky, apparently. C-R-O-C-K-Y. Crocky. I was flying already before I lost the health. Well, let's assume that's a glitch. You know, on the plus side, that means that we can still keep randoming. But that was a glitch, I think. I don't know what combination of items I would have that would mean that wasn't a glitch. Just unless walking into the TV just does massive contact damage, I don't know.